What is going on, guys? This is Wiz, and today we're gonna take a look at this week at Bungie and see what they have to say. So we know we expect a lot of good news, so let's take a look. Alright, we start with this week at Bungie, October 8, 2020. Boo, did I scare you? Yeah, this is funny because my son says that all the time. Boo, did I scare you? Probably not, but hey, it's Festival of the Lost. Things are feeling a bit spookier than usual. I can't take a turn in the tower without running into a guardian dressed for the occasion. Eva Levante has returned, mask and all. If you missed the rundown of our spooky seasonal event last week, be sure to read last week's blog article. They show you some of the pictures right there, and they're talking about the Festival of the Lost. One thing I can say about the Festival of the Lost, if you haven't checked it out, you know it's still time. You still have a whole month, and they need to fix some of the bugs, and they say they're going to. That way you can enjoy it. So the drop rate for the cipher is going to be a lot more from what I've heard. So this is going to be a good thing. Right there they're talking about, you know, all the stuff about the Festival of the Lost. So those are some of the news that you need to know about. Now, a little bit lower, we see the new trailer about all the new exotic weapons and armor that they just showed not too long ago. So this is going to be good. If you haven't checked out this trailer, make sure you check it out. It is very interesting. And if you're looking for a place to check it out, just check out my channel as well. There are plenty of places on YouTube, but you know, if you still need to check it out, you can also check it out on this page. I will also leave a link in the description. That way, if you need to look at this in depth, then you can do so. Now they say, wait a second, we're giving warlocks what? Gauntlets that spread poison through hordes of enemies. If I want some. The ability to shift using Mask of Bacchus looks pretty sweet for hunters. In just a little over a month, you may find your new favorite exotic in the wild. Yeah, we're all excited about it, especially, like I said, look at this trailer and I think you'll be excited too. Now, let's talk about the new player experience. So that's what Bungie is talking about right there. You know, you have a friend that, you know, that just pick up the game and they need some guidance. So this is going to be very beneficial. This is what Bungie says about that. Over the last year, there's been a lot of great feedback about the new player experience in Destiny 2. Currently, players are given a single mission to become acquainted with some basic gameplay and then let loose in the tower without much direction on where to go, what to do next. This led to some confusion as many players didn't exactly know where to start. Who's that robot that meticulously cleaning an auto rifle? What do I do with these engrams? And what's Zavala? The team has been working to restructure their on-ramp for Destiny 2, and today we'll be giving a small glimpse into the new light experience. They show you a picture of the Cosmodrome. This looks pretty nice. You know, it looks like a revamped pictures of the Cosmodrome, the old Earth, the old Russia. You remember that place? If you're a Destiny veteran, you should remember this place. This is nostalgia all over again. Anyway, alright, Bungie said starting November 10th, players will start in the same way that most of us have. A ghost will be on the hunt for the guardian, they'll stumble upon you, and they'll revive you for the first time. What's different now is that you won't immediately find a ship, rather you'll stumble into another guardian in the wild. Alright, this guardian looks pretty snazzy right there with some pretty nice cool looking gear for a new guardian. Okay, they also say Shahan is his name, and he's on a mission with his fire team to investigate what the Hive are up to in the Cosmodrome. He'll show you the ropes and help you find your way among the gameplay and system of Destiny 2. Now, I'm not gonna read the whole thing for this part, but we can see exactly where Bungie is going with this. They want to help out the new players so they have a good experience when they start playing the game. So any new player would be benefited from that. This is an old picture of the Cosmodrome. I remember that. Yeah, we used to go there and farm stuff all the time. Yeah, this is good. This is gonna be pretty cool. Nice. Alright, they're going to say with the Cosmodrome coming out of Destiny Content Vault, the DCV, this gives us the perfect opportunity to overhaul our new player experience. For veteran players out there, this will be a stroll through memory lane. While the plague lanes are strictly quarantined per Vanguard orders, you'll still be able to explore much of what you remember from your first days as a Guardian. running through the morph yards to collect spam metal, heading down the stairs of the steps to face off against powerful hive knights, and more. There will be occasional moments of discovery, like stumbling upon a lost sector that you haven't seen before. If you are an existing player and would like to go through the New Light quest, it will also be available to you on November 10th. So what they're saying here is, you'll have some good opportunity to experience the Cosmodrome in a new way, even if you are a new player or if you are a veteran. So this is a good thing. All right, let's move on. Mod modifications. We're a little over a month out from Beyond Light, 33 days to be precise. We have quite a bit to cover between now and then, from sandbox updates to how your various economies are being updated. Sandbox is always a hot topic of discussion, and today we'll be diving in a bit deeper into the ways you customize your gameplay experience through armor mods. Armor mods are used to elevate your reload speeds, ability regen, and more to higher levels. In November, some of the mods you commonly use are being tuned. Some mods will be buffed, while others will be removed altogether. Here we're going to dive into a patch note preview of sorts, with snippets of developer commentary from the development team throughout. Alright, energy type requirements. All of the weapons-oriented armor mods, i.e. hand cannon loader, fusion rifle ammo finder, etc., have been changed to any energy type. As a result of the above change, all arcs charged with light mods now activate their second perk if you have any of the arc mod equipped on the same armor piece, or if you have any of the arc charged with light mods socketed in any of the armor piece you are wearing. Developer commentary. Removing the energy type requirements from weapon focus mods has been a consistent piece of community feedback since Armor 2.0 launch. However, doing so meant that every mod cycle would be displayed 3 times as many mods at a time, which would become cumbersome. Alright, now all we can gather from all this reading is that they're gonna change the mod system and you just gotta be ready for it. So we don't need to read through all the stuff. To sum it all up, this is what Bungie is saying. In essence, we are making enhanced mods cheaper and more accessible and deprecating the lesser mods. Good stuff. Anyway, let's move on to the raid mods. Starting in Season 12, The Last Wish, Garden of Salvation, and the upcoming Beyond Light raid armors will now drop with the 5th dedicated armor mod socket that is exclusively for the mods related to that raid. Last Wish and Garden of Salvation armor acquired prior to Season 12 will not have this dedicated armor socket, but will still be able to use the mods related to that raid in the new Legacy armor mod socket. Anti-Taken mods from Last Wish will only function in the Last Wish raid. Anti-Hive mods from the Leviathan raid will be deprecated. Anti-Fallen raids from the Scourge of the Past will be deprecated. Anyway, as you can see, this is a very long reading about the raid mods because they're talking about how people have been complaining about the raid mods are not being very consistent. When you talk about the Hive mods, the Fallen mods, and the Taken mods, and all these mods, they're gonna try to adjust them because some of the raids are going away and they want to try to balance them. So they add a 5th slot in the raid mods that's going to drop in Season 12, and they can only be used in the raid. Like for instance, if you get the Taken mods, they're going to make sure that they are used in the Last Wish raids, and then they don't want them to be outside the raids. Basically, that's why I got it from all this. So we have to see when everything comes out and see how that goes. But from what I gathered, this is what I understand what they talking about. Anyway, now lower they talking about the combat mods. They say all armor released in Beyond Light in Season 12, all Last Wish and Garden of Salvation armor acquired starting in Season 12, and all Armor 2.0 exotic armor pieces, including those already possessed by players, will have a combat style mod socket. In Season 12, this socket will accept all Charged with Light and Warmind cell mods. This is a very good change, especially when we're talking about the exotics, where kind of the mod slot were kind of limited. So that's a very good change. Again, we will wait to see how that works out when everything comes out in November. They also continue to say that all Armor 2.0 armor acquired during Season 8 through 11 have had their seasonal mod sockets replaced with a single unified legacy mod socket that can socket all Charged with Light mods, all War Mindset mods, and all Nightmare Hunt mods, all Guardian of Salvation mods, and all of Last Wish mods. This is also a very good change. Again, we will have to wait and see how this works out, especially when you're creating your build. But those are some very good changes for the mods, you know, when they're trying to balance them out and also trying to make them a lot more easy to use. So that's a very good thing. All right, there's a lot of things on the TWAB that they put out on the page. So again, I will leave a link in the description. That way, if you want to check it out, you can take a look at it. But we continue going down and see some of the important information that they have going on. All right, some of good information that you need to know. They say to prepare for the release of Beyond Light and Season of Redacted on November 10, 2020. Destiny 2 will need to be taken offline for maintenance in order to prepare for update 3.00. Destiny 2 will be taken offline for maintenance at 7 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time, on November 9, 2020, and will remain offline until November 10, 2020 at 9 a.m. PST. During this offline period, the game will not be available and Season of Arrivals item will be made unavailable. Players are strongly urged to finish any Season of Arrivals content or triumphs before 7 p.m. on November 9th. So they're giving you a warning. So the game is going to be taken offline. That way they can do maintenance and all that stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Now here's some other notes that they talk about the closing out Season of Arrivals. When Season of Arrivals ends at 7 p.m. PST on November 9th, 2020, there will be a number of items, activities, and triumphs that will no longer be available to players. Some of these items include the Prophecy Dungeon, which will return in the latest season, the Ruinous Effigy quest, the Traveler's Chosen quest, the Seed of Silver Wings seasonal artifact, and the player power increase from said artifact unopened Umbral engrams. A full list of items being removed at the season end can be found right here. Again, like I said, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. That way, if you want to check out all these things, then you can just click on the link here and then you will see all that stuff. Now let's take a look at some of the known issues that they mention in this TWAB. They say, while we continue to investigate various known issues, here's a list of the latest issues that were reported to us in our #help forum. We are aware of an issue where the candy collected emblem tracker isn't tracking 2020 candy. We are investigating an issue where Eris Morn's dialogue and subtitles are not appearing for Korean players in the final interference mission. We are investigating an issue where cipher decoders are not dropping often for players. We are aware of an issue where the Masquerader's helmet has inconsistent power levels when acquired from Eva. We are aware of an issue where gear can sometimes drop at 750 power from the Haunted Forest chest. For a full list of emergency issues in Destiny 2, players can review our non-issues article. Players who observe or the issues should report them to our #help forum. Please note that the Season Pass rewards from Season of the Worthy will be unavailable to claim when Season of Arrivals ends. Past Season Pass rewards can be claimed here. So if you have past season stuff that you didn't claim and you're trying to claim them, just make sure you go to this link and then find this page. Now, one thing that I wanted to mention, I was telling one of my friends that, you know, my mask level dropped at my current level, which was 1060, but his was dropping at 750. So they know about this issue and they know that they're gonna fix it, or they're trying to fix it. Hopefully they fix them soon so players can get what they deserve. That means the good stuff. Anyway, guys, I think this was a very good TWAB. I mean, there's a lot of good information there. And again, I will leave a link in the description. That way you guys can read and check them out. Maybe you'll see something that I didn't see. And then you can let us know in the comment section if there is something important or if I made a mistake. And I apologize in advance, but please let us know. And I think this information is very useful for all of us. Hopefully you find something interesting in this TWAB. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later.